after seeing how racing has unfolded over the past 2 days, we are suspecting that maybe she could be under threat here for the gold medal at the Paralympics.
100%. She didn't qualify directly from the heats. The Tokyo champion had to come through the repechage. I mean, okay, she bossed that, but there's significant threat to her crown coming from Moran Samuel, from Anna Sheremet, Benoit of France, the Santos and Kim from Brazil and Korea. Moran Samuel, 9:58.02, sub 10 minutes. That time set an explosive first day of heat racing in the PR1 women's single. This is our A final lineup. 8th in Rio, 7th in Tokyo, an historic first qualification for an A final for 48-year-old Kim Jeong, the 48-year-old from Guangzhou. She was silver at the Asian Para Games, but has ousted her Chinese rival for a spot in the A final. Tokyo bronze medalist, and that was bolted onto a silver medal performance in London for Nathalie, Benoit. Anna Sheremet, she took Birgit Skarstein in that stunning heat performance just off the podium in Tokyo, was 4th. The world champs bronze medalist Sheremet going for a medal at the 3rd straight games is Moran Samuel, the Paralympic Games best time holder, bronze in Rio, silver in Tokyo. Birgit Skarstein, the Olympic champion, 7 world championship titles, 4 European Championship golds, but she is vulnerable this year. And Claudia dos Santos maintains this fantastic run of appearing in every single A final in the PR1 women's single, going all the way back to Beijing. Second in the repechage 1, lane 6 for Brazil. Sheremet and Samuel have the coveted middle lanes in 3 and 4.
Korea, France, Ukraine.
It all comes down to this, our first gold medal race at the Paris
Norway,
Para Rowing Regatta.
Brazil, attention.
Fasten those seatbelts, red to green. We have takeoff here in the PR1 women's single sculls A final. Kim from Korea, Benoit from France, Sheremet from Ukraine, Samuel from Israel, the defending champion Skarstein from Norway, and Dos Santos of Brazil in lanes 1 to 6 respectively. This is wide open. Samuel has got out quickest.
Yeah, we have some fast starts in the middle of the course. Birgit Skarstein is going to want to make a statement early on here, but it is Moran Samuel of Israel who's gotten out the quickest, because she's out to just about 3/4 of a boat length. One of our heat winners and direct advancements into this A final. She's also going to be challenging here early on, just trying to get herself out and into a good position to defend all the way down the 2K.
Yeah, Samuel then heading for a boat length lead out of the traps quickest here. Fascinating progress from the Israeli sculler. 5th in London 2012, followed up by 3rd in Rio, and then that gradual progression up to 2nd spot on the podium and the silver in Tokyo, hunting the so far elusive gold, a bit like Nathalie Benoit here. And Skarstein in lane 5, bottom of your picture. What, 3rd place at present? Long way to go, but Skarstein has the world best time, 9:47.83. No one has finished this race ever in a quicker time than Skarstein did on the Varese Lake in June of 2023. But Sheremet is ahead of the Skarstein as she finished in the heats on day 1.
Yeah, so Skarstein's probably going to want to just take a look here and just check the progress of the Ukrainian athlete Anna Sheremet, because they did have that showdown in the heat where Skarstein ended up on the wrong side of it. But Anna Sheremet here looking actually just a little more conservative than maybe I would have expected, given the way things went for her in the opening stages of the regatta. Just kind of happily sitting there in that 2nd place position right now and not sensing a lot of urgency from her, while Moran Samuel just continues to row away from the field.
Yeah, Moran Samuel is in charge at the moment. So she won the first race full stop. The first heat in this para-rowing regatta was in this boat division, and Samuel came through the 500 in that time, 2:25.04 to set the pathway there for that Paralympic Games best time. So she's just outside that, actually, but it's a really quick race again from Moran Samuel from Israel.
Well, this is just the most experienced Paralympic PR1 women's field that we've ever seen. You know, amongst our competitors, we have 20 Paralympic teams between them. The Brazilian competitor, Claudia dos Santos, making up 5 of those just in her own experience. So many of these competitors just vastly experienced, having raced this boat class for such a long time, going maybe from even the 1K distance into this 2K distance now as we're contesting it here in Paris. Just so many races under their belts, so much time to get to know the event, get to know the race profiles of their competitors, and gauge their tactics and their strategies as they approach this final here. It does look like Birgit Skarstein just really still kind of stuck in that 3rd place position, not making an impression on Anna Sheremet here. And it did look like, as we're tracking off to the left, Moran Samuel off picture at the moment, but just continuing to widen the gap between herself and 2nd place Anna Sheremet of the Ukraine.
Well, Ukraine did win this gold medal in 2012 in London. Elisa Lysenko took the win ahead of Nathalie Benoit, who was 2nd 12 years ago on Eton Dorney, and Moran Samuel will be keeping an eye on these split times as well, because she's just outside that Paralympic Games best time pace at the 500 marker, just a second outside it. The Birgit Skarstein, remember the sense of jeopardy here surrounding the Norwegian. The last time she didn't win a big international race meeting, the final of the Rio Paralympics, where she finished 4th. She has utterly dominated this class since. But how about this from Moran Samuel, this incremental development? She's been gradually taking another step up the podium, and it could be all the way to a glory gold medal performance this time round in Paris 2024. The Paralympic Games best time holder is bossing the A final.
What a dominant statement here from Moran Samuel of Israel in this opening 1K of this race. She's looking a little untouchable to me, honestly, as we get up to the middle of the race course, because she's put so much distance between herself and Anna Sheremet and Birgit Skarstein, and up on the top of your picture at the moment, Nathalie Benoit of France, that I'm not sure that anyone is going to be able to reel her in the closing 1K of this race, because look at that gap. It's just continuing to grow between Moran Samuel and the rest of the field.
A little bit slower second 500 than her heat time, so Paralympic Games best time is perhaps a little out of reach now at the 1K mark. But first things first, just come over the line first, and that is what Moran Samuel is focusing on. She's up the lead as well over Anna Sheremet. 3:89 was the gap between 1 and 2 at the 500. It's up to just over 7.5 seconds now, and Skarstein 2 seconds behind Sheremet, so holding on to a podium place, but she's going to have to do something absolutely miraculous over the second half of this race, and I'm not quite sure she's got it in her. Skarstein. Benoit is off the podium at present, then it's Kim, then it's Dos Santos of Brazil.
At this stage, I'm not sure that anyone, no matter how miraculous the effort, is going to be able to overcome this margin, because Moran Samuel has absolutely destroyed the field. This third 500 is really working for her. She's just opening up a bigger and bigger gap all the time. It did look like Birgit Skarstein was starting to make an impression on Anna Sheremet, just getting a little more overlap between herself and the second place crew. Nathalie Benoit just holding on to maybe bow to stern on Birgit Skarstein, but she is still out of the medals, and I'm not sure that she's going to be able to find the speed that she's going to need to butt onto the podium here. That French athlete that we have such high hopes for, we actually heard yesterday that she has announced her retirement. This is going to be Nathalie Benoit's final international appearance here at the home games, Paris 2024 Paralympics, for her after such a long and wonderful career in this PR1 women's single. High hopes for her to break onto the podium again, but it does look like it's going to be just out of reach here as we're coming through the middle of the race and coming up to the finish line in this PR1.
Yeah, Benoit, nearest challenger is Skarstein for that bronze medal position at the moment. The silver medal the finisher from London, bronze medal finisher from 3 years ago at the Sea Forest Waterway. Now then, Samuel has bossed the medals table as far as para-rowing is concerned for the nation of Israel. 3 medals in total. And Samuel has 2 of those with silver and bronze. The only other Israeli para-rower to get on the podium was the men's single finisher Eli Norway, won a bronze in 2008. Now then, the battle for second right now is Skarstein coming up to the bow of Sheremet. This is where the cream rises to the top for Birgit Skarstein. She's not going to win the gold, but it could be a silver. And with 500 to go, there is absolutely no one anywhere near Moran Samuel of Israel.
And let's not underestimate the power of the home field advantage for this sculler from France. Nathalie Benoit on the top of your picture right now, just continuing to creep back up on world champion, European champion, and Paralympic champion, defending athlete Birgit Skarstein. It does look like she's just stalled a little bit as Benoit is continuing to make progress in this last 500 meters of the race. Anna Sheremet maybe just has done enough to get herself out in front and might be out of reach for these 2 athletes, but I think the race for bronze is all on between Benoit and Skarstein.
Yeah, so does Benoit have the sprint inside her? She'll have that extra help from the roar of the crowds. It is Samuel, Sheremet, Skarstein, Benoit just outside of the medals. Then it's Kim and Santos off the back. There's Sheremet just digging into all those reserves of energy and stamina to keep second place. It looks like she's got it for Ukraine. She had the besting of Skarstein in the heats, but here comes the Norwegian, and Benoit is upping the stroke rate as well.
This is really going to come down to the line here because Nathalie Benoit is absolutely on the move. What a huge move we've seen from her over the last few meters just to eat back into the lead that the Norwegian has had. That 3rd position, Birgit Skarstein has been working so hard to overhaul this Ukrainian athlete, Anna Sheremet. But Nathalie Benoit is on the move. She's got the support of the grandstands as they're coming down to the last 250 meters inside the red buoys. And Birgit Skarstein, where has she found this move from? She's absolutely walked through Anna Sheremet in the last few strokes, and Nathalie Benoit is on the move on the other side of the Ukrainian athlete as well.
This could be a heck of a finish for Benoit if she can come past Sheremet. Skarstein has come through into the silver medal position, and Sheremet is fading badly. What a finish here from Nathalie Benoit to get on the podium as the racetrack runs out. The Moran Samuel wire-to-wire win. How about this full progression from the Israeli? It was a bronze in Rio, up to silver in Tokyo, and a gold medal now for Moran Samuel, Paris 2024. It is Benoit coming through for one heck of a finish. We know the Israeli is going to win it. It's Israel's first gold in para-rowing. It's going to be Moran Samuel, and what a finish from Nathalie Benoit. Huge drama in her last international race. She's coming up there and wants a silver. Can she take down Skarstein? Samuel so impressive for the gold medal. On the podium and top spot for the 3rd games in a row.
We're shaping up for
Benoit?
a photo finish, possibly. It's just going to be Skarstein on the surge there. The last few strokes for the Norwegian served her. Huge fight through the middle of the course there for those last 2 medals. Anna Sheremet in control for so long, and then the experience of Benoit and Skarstein just showed, didn't it? And off they went with those last 2 podium positions. But here it is, your Paralympic champion in the PR1 women's single, on the trajectory for the last several Paralympics, silver in Tokyo, and now it's gold for Moran Samuel. And well, the legend of French para-rowing, Nathalie Benoit, signs off her career with a fantastic bronze medal here.
What a finish from Nathalie Benoit. That was sensational.
Look at this finish margin there between Birgit Skarstein and Nathalie Benoit of France, just 4/100ths of a second there, deciding those last 2 medals.
It's Benoit with another bronze, but Samuel and Skarstein have switched it around from the podium finish from Tokyo. This time it's the Israeli top of the pack. The Skarstein finishes second, in that 8-year unbeaten run in major competitions has been exploded for Skarstein by Moran Samuel. And it's another terrific finish in a Paralympic final for Claudia de Santos. 6th in Beijing, 4th London, 6th in Rio, 6th in Tokyo, and 6th in Paris here for the 47-year-old from Sao Paulo. What a wonderful Paralympic career for Claudia. He gets another finish here and roared home. What a fantastic race. Shame for Sheremet, she just didn't have the finish, did she?
Well, she had such a brave effort early on to just get out and put herself in a position to challenge, which she absolutely did. But man, it really just came down to just having those miles, those meters, those memories of all the times that these athletes have taken trips down the course, and Skarstein and Benoit just were able to capitalize on all of that. There's a little smile there from our silver medalist. Oh, well. And from our grandmother of French para-rowing. Such a long and wonderful career here for Nathalie Benoit, capped off by one more trip to the podium.
What a way to sign off, yeah. Sensational from Benoit. That really was something. But Samuel, look at this progression, you mentioned it, bronze up to silver, up to gold in successive Paralympic Games, and the complete para-rower by the looks of things now, taking down Birgit Samuel. Never in doubt, she was in control wire to wire there.
Yeah, huge statement in the opening meters here from Moran Samuel, just taking that momentum that she built from her win in the heats and a direct advancement into that center lane for this A final a couple of days ago. Got out, stamped her name on it, didn't look back. Left everyone else to scrap for those silver and bronze medals. But look at this huge turn of speed that we saw from Nathalie Benoit coming through the last 500 meters. Anna Sheremet just didn't have what she needed in the tank in order to fend off these charges from these super experienced athletes. Nathalie Benoit of France for the bronze, and Birgit Skarstein with a super turn of speed in the closing 250 meters of the race to overhaul the Ukrainian athlete. Disappointment again for Anna Sheremet, another 4th place finish for her at the Paralympics, but more experience for her to draw on next time around.
And we have a new nation on the top of the podium in para rowing. It is Israel. Britain won this event in 2008 and 2016. Ukraine did it in 2012. Norway, Skarstein 2020. But now it is Moran Samuel with her 3rd Paralympic medal, first gold. Already it's broken new ground, first Israeli para-rower to win medals at the multiple Paralympics. And here she is at 42 with the pinnacle moment, a gold win. And that's a lovely moment for Birgit Skarstein, the Olympic champion downgrades, if we can call it that, to the silver medal. The 1 and 2 have switched around from Tokyo.
Still a smile, though. A trip to the podium is always welcome here at the Paralympics. And given that she's had some struggles with her preparation and maybe being a little bit off her pace, I think getting onto the podium is going to be a good result, good outcome. And no doubt, happy tears there. Seeing her good friend Moran Samuel up on top of the podium for the first time. I'm sure she'll be there to support her and share that moment with her and share the happiness
Israel
for her friend.
Wins the gold medal thanks to Moran Samuel in the PR1 women's single. Skarstein